Welcome back to Relationship Wednesday Life and Style right here on KTN. We have had mandate with a gentleman, and I wrote a book called Lions and Caged, and we're encaging the lions this week. We talked about the crisis of masculinity. We wanted to define whether there is really a crisis. What is masculinity? And the men gave me their various perspectives. At the point that we're ending up and coming to join Retake, where I'm joined by the ladies, and they'll be introducing themselves very quickly. At that point, we had this issue of the women have been empowered. So I want to know, are women the reason why men are feeling under pressure, and are women the reason why men are in a crisis? Give us your thoughts. KTN Life and Style is our hashtag at KTN Life_Style. That's our Twitter handle and Instagram, and KTN Life and Style for Facebook. 22840 is a text message number. Well, I want the ladies to introduce themselves, beginning from my father's left.
I'm Jackie, and it's great to be here on KTN Life and Style.
All right. Great.
I'm Diana. I'm glad to be here.
Great.
I'm Helen, and it's a wonderful opportunity to be here.
All right. Of course, we've got the gentlemen who were here before. They introduce themselves again.
Charles Doga.
All right.
Othniel Mwabili is the name.
And my name is Sunstar.
All right. Great. Ladies, I'll start with you, and any one of you could pick it up. Are you the reason men are feeling under pressure? And are you the ones who are causing this crisis in masculinity because you've been so empowered that they do not know what to be a man again?
Wow, what a blame game. But every time there's a vacuum, there's got to be a stepping up.
Okay.
And as has been the case that the man has been, and so many efforts now are being put in place to empower the boy child to be the man he's meant to be. As a result of that, there had been a vacuum. So who steps up and who tells the woman, who leads the woman? She leads and empowers herself.
Right.
And as a result, we get over-empowered, if you may say, or if you may like, But I guess it's as a result of the vacuum that existed, yet life had to go on for the woman. So she stepped up.
She stepped up?
Yeah.
Is it more about the identity of the man or the roles of the man? Where does the pressure come from? Is it from the identity or from the roles?
Well, let me add something on that. I think it's on the roles of the men.
Okay.
Because nowadays our men, they're not performing as they are supposed to perform. Most of the women nowadays, they are the ones who are doing everything in the house. You might find a woman is married, but the man is there. He's not doing anything. The woman is the one who's working. He's educating the kids and everything.
I was about to ask you what anything means.
Not everything. I mean everything. As in now, the woman has taken up the role of a man in the family.
Okay. So there seem to be definite roles of a man.
Yes.
Okay. Which ones are those?
As per the way we've grown up and the way we've been shown, we've been brought up, the man is the head of the family.
Okay.
He's the provider.
All right.
We, as the women, our role is to be there, take care of the children, and take care of the man himself.
All right. Do men even... Okay, go ahead, Dan.
I want to add on that, like you're saying, the role of the woman is to take care of the kids and the man. And in the situation that we're living today, we, at some time, not every time, the man himself is not able to take care of himself. So we step in. Because like she said, when the vacuum comes, somebody has to come in. Like you're in that situation where we've been brought up in that that environment where mom is like, wait for your dad, wait for your dad. And as a girl child, I want to grow to become better than what I saw my mom, my great-grandmother do. So now the men in the community, we go with the phrase that what a man can do. Now it's happened that woman
you
is
say
doing
that
it
a woman
even
is doing better.
Yeah, it's
All right. But still, so do the men really understand that there are roles that they are defined by, no matter how modern we are? Do men really understand that they are defined by their roles and not just their identity?
Yeah, I would, before I come to that, I'd like to address what my sister said about the blame game. I think it's, like we said, it's back to the society. There is something about women that when they are actually coming to the man, they already have the picture of what the man they want. And because I doubt that in most cases, those men or some of those men they want are existing, they would want to create that man out of you. And so the man is not given that
You're talking about
position.
an ideal man.
Sorry?
You're talking about an ideal man.
Yes, you're not given a chance, like my brother Othniel said. Men have not been trained or skilled to a place where the women are actually accessing the media, they're accessing all these other things, and they come up with the kind of a man they want. And then when they meet you, they put that image on you.
But you know, I think that there are basics. I think that there are basics. And what she's talked about, she's not even talked about somebody who's driving a certain kind of a car. She's not even talked about somebody who has a certain kind of bank account. She's just saying, you know what, we expect a man to provide. And that at any level. Whether you're providing for your wife in Kibera or you're providing for your woman in Karen, at whatever level, you know, just different stages. So do men even understand?
No, I think, like I said, number one, there's a big challenge.
Right.
It's like the level of disorganization, back to that entropy issue you're talking about. The level of disorganization has gotten so major. And because men are growing up, not really understanding who they are. Number one, identity is key. But now when you're defined by your roles and responsibility, you throw in confusion into the mix.
That's okay.
And so then men now are beginning to think, well, if I'm supposed to provide and I'm not providing, then I'm not a man.
And the woman is providing.
Yeah, you know, then I'm not a man. Yeah. And so other pressures come in, stresses come in, the vice element comes in, the issues of drunkenness and drug abuse, and it only takes you on a downward spiral because it's like you're getting far much worse, you know. And so then the levels of suicide and manifests in go to any incarceration center, and most of the men there will if you were to interview them and talk to them, it will go back to the issues of, number one, maybe 80–90% of them grew up in dysfunctional homes where the fathers were absent. So you find there's a certain trend in terms of how are the men being brought up in society, how are they being encultured.
All right. Yeah. Is it true, Dr. Pearson, that the kind of men that women are looking for don't exist? Or is it that those men have refused to build themselves to the potential that the women see in them?
I'm so glad you asked me that question. Because, you know, we've said the premise upon which we started is that there is a crisis of masculinity in society. But that does not mean that every man in society is in a crisis.
That's right. All right.
Now, I grew up firstborn of 4 sisters that followed me. And I had my mother. Uniquely so, I was also the only child that was not the son of the father of that home. Right. I so thank God for the father that I grew up with. I knew who my real father was, but I never grew up with him.
Okay.
All right. I've always found that for me, there's just something innate and natural in me to be feeling almost like Lord Protector of the females around me. Okay. I am still that guy that believes that chivalry is not dead. And if on my watch, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm the only man standing, it's not going to die. I still believe that women should be treated with a certain level of respect. My wife is the most blessed woman on this planet to have me as a husband. Okay? Right. Because I believe that, in fact, I empower my wife. Right now, for example, we're discussing the possibility of her going in the Miss Kenya competition for next year of 2018, which is, you know, a bodybuilding competition. It's, you know, I believe in empowering women. So I don't want
so you're
this.
Talking about choices, right?
Right.
You're saying that who we become is based on the choices that we make.
Definitely.
That I could grow up in any kind of environment and then decide to go a certain way.
Well, I think there are also going to have to be examples that help to inform a positive choice in a person.
All right.
If from the time that you are a little child, you're like a sponge, you're like a recorder, and the first images of your life are going to mightily impact upon how you see the world. And unless something comes, if it is negative, unless something comes along that can actually you know, impact you positively and show you a different vision which begins to shape your worldview, you're going to grow up negative. You're going to grow up insecure. You're going to grow up like, as he's talking about the statistics of men in prison and so on and so forth. But let's also make it very clear. Not every man out here is like that. There are a lot of men who right now are thriving, doing amazing things. The ideas that they are putting across are powerful, not just to empower males, but to empower society.
All right.
So there's a much broader conversation here.
Okay. Are the conversations of the women realistic concerning the men?
Can I
Jackie?
just say this really quickly? I think we've got to be very careful that we do not allow media and social media to now begin to tell us what the conversation is.
All right. Are we?
Something sparked in me as he was talking is the fact that then we need to be very intentional with, and therein comes mentoring, to be able to empower choices. Because when you grow up, for instance, you see your father drinks, your uncle drinks, your grandfather drinks, it automatically resonates with you. A man is a drunkard. So there has got to be a deliberate effort to mentor choices and to empower choices that are along the right direction. And it's not something you assume that everybody's, you know how to be a man. You grow up knowing how to be a man.
Don't you think the women also grow up, and anybody could go for it, women also grow up, sometimes they don't have the best examples in their mothers. But we don't really bring out that as a crisis. Because some of the women grew up and their mothers were not the best of the people. But then we still do not say that because of the motherhood problem, women have become something. So is it something that men just use? You know, because I don't have an inner drive, so I'm going to blame society. I'm going to say my father was a drunkard, so I am a drunkard. My father was beating my mom, so I'm going to do the same when I feel stuck. Is it just something that men use? Do you think so, Diana?
Yes, I do. I think they use that as an excuse, because what he said, he didn't grow up with your biological father, right? He could have chosen to be like whoever, like the father, you didn't know, whoever. But he chose to be a better man. So we're in that place where we have men reacting like, let me be what I saw them to. But we have to grow up at that. We have to be the better person, because even women, we have mothers who are the opposite of what we are today.
All right.
But we don't sit down and say, since my mom did do this, I would do the same thing.
And I want to bring up that because I keep on hearing, you'll hear for most ladies, if their mothers did not live well, were not exposed to good environments, they always want to go a different direction. You know, they want to say, I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to suffer what my mother suffered. Why is that so hard for men to say, I don't want to be a drunkard like my father. I don't want to be a wife beater like my father. I don't want to do what my father did. Why is that so hard for men?
I think it has to do with destiny, and the best way I could define this is for the man there is more or less what I call like imprinting. You know, there are those animals like ducks. If it hatches from an egg, the first thing it sees, it thinks this is my mom or this is my relative. You know, that kind of thing. And so for the man, because man has an inbuilt mechanism which I could call divine in a sense for leadership, and so you identify with the person that you think is a leader and you'd like to live like them so that you can actually impact or should it be leave an imprint. You know? And so as you're struggling to do that, when you take the wrong steps and then suddenly society is blaming you, nobody is cheering you up anymore. Depression sets in because the pressure is there, but you are trying to do the best you know how. And it's like it's not working. And you're wondering why. What's the problem?
Why is it not working?
So it becomes more of the norm then for more men to fail. And so ultimately society fails because there's a principle where everything rises and falls on leadership. And men are supposed to lead.
So I love your analogy, but so if there is a case, I grow up, for example, like if I grow up with a single mother, that's the leadership that I see. The chances then of me being a bit feminine are supposed to be high.
Higher. And you'll manifest. And that's why someone talks about a lot of these pink men. I know there's a lot of pink men issues coming in our generation.
I'm going to have him. I'm going to have him.
Yeah, he's actually in studio. I saw him somewhere. You know. But basically, that's really the reality of where we live today. And so then man does not know who he is what he's expected to do and what he needs to actually move forward.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Whose fault is that the man doesn't know what to do? Whose fault is that?
Okay,
And whose fault is it that the man doesn't get cheered on? Why are the women in the lives of the men not cheering them on and telling them you're doing well?
Well,
Start with the first one. Whose fault is it that they don't know what to do?
I can't say it's anybody's fault, because one thing, if someone, most of us women, we appreciate what is done well. And trust you me, if something is done well, you would go ahead and cheer that person and even encourage the person to do better. But if he's not doing well, I mean, why would I cheer you and you're not doing well?
You don't think you can find something positive? Like, okay, he's not doing
One
well in
thing that
business,
you
but he's an
cannot-
honest man.
Fine. One thing that you cannot do, you
Yeah.
cannot change a grown-up.
All right.
You can only align the person.
But
So,
women are accused of trying to change men.
okay, yeah, we are accused of trying to change men, but one thing that women should know, or anybody should know, is that we cannot change a grown-up.
You cannot change
You can only align the person. Just tell the person, okay, fine, here you've gone wrong, try and do this. And it's the will of that person that will make him change.
Okay.
You cannot force the person to change. If he's not willing to change, he cannot change.
All right. Are we building men without muscle, Charles? Are we building men without muscle? So they're waiting for people to cheer them up. They're waiting for people to give them direction. Because, you know, Sonsta, he says he grew up with ladies, surrounded by ladies, though there was a father figure, yes. But he feels that that drew him to the place where he feels like he's a protector of women. I grew up with a mother. The school that I went to, most teachers were female. Most of the homes around where I grew up, and I've indicated that in my book, were being run by mothers. But what that did to me was a sense of respect for female. I don't know how to argue, how to fight, how to disrespect a woman. Who is responsible for this man not having an inner drive in himself? Is it that because the father was not there? Is it the schools didn't do a good job? Is it the mothers protected them too much?
I think like my brother Othniel said, the exposure of the man, where the man finally exited through, he did not fight the systems that were helping him to actually build his inner person and build the inner person towards the future. And so what was provided for is just the day-to-day life, where if I go for a movie and be with my friend somewhere, that day is behind me, and then tomorrow I go meet somebody else, we do this and that. We do not have a structure as a man that actually worked on us towards our future.
Okay.
And so we do not know that as time goes on, we'll also connect with other people who are putting us onto an expectation.
Right.
And so when we got into maybe marriage or into society, that the man is forever in an examination room where he is expected, to perform. And if he doesn't perform, he will be called the failure. And then another one will be picked into the same, and then the society picks the A's.
Okay, let's try to find a solution. Jackie, how do we go about that? What do you think is the role of the women in helping these men, first of all, to find themselves, and second of all, to believe in themselves?
It's very important, especially for the women, to realize it's not a hopeless situation, because these guys they're not an existence, they are a creation. And therefore there is an innate desire for them to realize themselves. It's for the woman to actually tap into his innate drive and bring it out.
Okay.
Because it's not about putting a suit on a man and saying you've become the standard because you have a suit, a three-piece suit, that's a man for me. No, no, no. You have to tap into the innate person. Who is he? What are his ambitions? Where is he going? Tap into that and see the rest falling into place. Because if you can address the inside of the man, the outside will automatically fall into place. So I think we are at an advantaged place to be able to tap into who he is on the inside. Not necessarily on the outside. The cars and everything will come, but on the inside of that man, do you know who he is?
Are the women impatient when it comes to men? I know they're patient with a lot of things. They can go through process and a lot of things. But are they that patient, the way Jackie is saying, like, tapping into the inside? Or they just want a man who is finally there. They want somebody who is like Sonster, like this. You already know how to dress up. You're fine, like Othniel, whatever. Are women patient with men? And if they're not, is their impatience part of the reason why we are giving up very quickly?
Yeah. The women today are not patient with men.
They're not patient with men. Thank you for saying that on TV.
Yeah. It's like, and because, you know, social media has ruined people. I want, like, I can be patient with my man, but I go to social media and see, like, hey, people are upgrading.
So you feel like
you have to have your game, like ASAP. And then this man feels belittled because it's a step, it's a process. And this man is like a baby. You have to nurture him like slowly, like, but we are not in that process today. People are like, it's either you do or I'll do.
But it's interesting that you're bringing in that, because women are very communicative and they're very relational, they're very social, so they'll always have influences around them. And sometimes then that puts men under pressure. They get to the place where they feel like, I don't want my girl hanging out with girls, because he feels that that's a national security issue.
Yeah, to some degree. But maybe we could also splice it a little bit, because the women may not be patient with their man, but they're very patient with their children, the boys.
Yeah.
You know,
and so
they're creating
so it creates a challenge right there.
They're creating the challenge
Yeah.
that later on they're not patient with.
Exactly. So it's a self-replicating aspect to it. Yeah.
Do you think that women are creating the kind of men that women are complaining about?
Yeah, in one way or the other, we are creating the kind of men that we are complaining about. First things first, we as women, we should try and nurture those boys, the young boys that we are bringing into this world. Try and nurture them to what we would want our own men to be.
All right.
Yeah, but now problem is, okay, fine, you've already brought up that kid. You've reached it, the kid has reached a certain level, and then you just give it, you just let him go. And as in, find your way. Find your way.
And that's what most men.
Yeah, find your way.
Even those
You're
who
a
have
man.
fathers, even those who have fathers present, the fathers do not know how to engage. So most men, you know, it's just find your way. Fathers don't know what kind of conversations that they need to have with their sons. Sonster.
Can I just say one thing real quick? I'm probably rewinding slightly into the conversation here, but I think a woman is a very powerful being, just as a male is a very powerful being. And I think for all of us, again, I don't want to speak in generalities, because a lot of what is coming out, if I just took that at face value, is giving me a picture of a lot of very weak men running around that really need help and need to be babied and nurtured and so on and so forth. Let me say this, a woman naturally, innately, has been given the power to nurture. And if you're in a relationship and you don't have the patience to nurture, then something is also wrong with your own womanhood. We need to look at that. That's a reality.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
For men to sit around waiting for women to nurture them is also crazy, because you have the power inside of you, as you said, to make choices.
Right.
And even now, for those who are listening to us, if you are a man today and you're listening to this program, you're seeing yourself going down a road, all of us know that we're either going down a path of destruction or one that is constructive.
All right.
You can stop right now where you are.
Okay.
You can look and see men on television like our brother here, Othniel, for example, and say, you know what? Let me try to pattern my life after somebody that is doing something positive.
Okay.
Right? Because you have to make that choice at some point.
All right.
And not just careen down this path of destruction for the rest of your life.
All right. Talking about nurture, and we're winding up right now, and with your final thoughts, Jackie, talking about nurture, at what point do I know as a woman that I am supporting a vision and not nursing a baby? How do I define that between supporting a vision, I can see within somebody the potential to become something, and so I want to support him, and drawing the line between that and somebody who will just be a couch potato forever, you know, just feeding from me?
I think there'll be an obvious drive.
Okay.
There'll be an obvious drive that you need to speak into to empower it to go further.
All
you
right.
know, you won't just find someone. It's not that you're pushing him from behind and telling him, let's go. No, 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 you're not doing that. There's actually, you will find the drive there. You are not the drive.
All right.
You will find the drive there. You affirm it and encourage it to take the highway.
I love what you said.
Yeah.
The woman is not supposed to be the drive.
She's not supposed to be the drive. The drive is already there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Diana,
Yeah.
your final thoughts. Your microphone and your final thoughts.
Yeah. For me, it's about women. As he said, it's like a powerhouse. Like we have that when God created a woman, he said, be the helper. And we are not trying to help that man. We are trying to push him away. Instead, we think we are bringing him closer, but the more we think we're bringing him closer, we're pushing him away. Because at some time, like, he has to reach that limit. Like, I'm trying as much as I'm trying, this woman ain't seeing any. Like, we're pushing.
All right. I'm going to try that. Othniel.
Yeah,
Final thoughts.
we really need to redefine manhood by
Okay.
values
All right.
and standards that can be followed up. We need to allow the men to begin to take responsibility in society across the board. One of the things that men do when they are present is to make sure that the boys know what is responsibility.
All right.
And actually to give them the direction, correct them firmly, as it were, affirm them when they need affirmation, and move forward. And we need to get that back into society.
All right. Final thoughts.
I will close with Sansta's thought. Everybody has a choice.
Okay.
Everybody is able to make a choice, and it doesn't matter where that person is right now. He can choose to change and make a U-turn and better his life.
All right.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, I would say it's not as bad as it sounds. There is hope for the man.
Okay.
And I would just want to say the woman creates culture in the society, and also the language in that culture, while the man is a structure. If the man can be structured and the woman can create the culture and bring the language of the culture, the society will be stable.
All right. We're encaging the lions this week. And of course, next week too, we will be encaging the lions. The lion is a symbol of power and authority. The first place that you've got to exercise that power and authority is over yourself. The decisions that you make, the choices that you make, the path that you want to go. You can surround yourself with the positive images of people who are making it, who are doing good, people who are having a great impact around themselves and even on themselves, and you can choose to go that path. Or you can decide, blame everybody and feel the pressure and not do anything with yourself and say, life is hard, women have been empowered. So it is my hope that the men out there, you are finding your place, redefining. Don't define yourself just by your roles, but by who you are. Find the positives in you, build yourself, and grow the people around you. We take a short break right now, and Crystal Okusa will come with Style My Wife, Style My Hobby. Remember the hashtag KTN Life and Style as we continue with the conversation on social media. At KTN Life_Style, that's for Twitter and Instagram. KTN Life and Style, Facebook, 22840, text message number.
If you were mine, I'd be your everything, and you'd be the only thing that I would ever need. If you were mine, I would tell everyone that you are the only one that I could ever want. Oh yeah, everything I dream about, everything I talk about, one thing I can't live without. I wanna get closer to you, can't stand being far away, knowing that you don't feel the same way, watching them bring tears to your eyes. If you were mine, I'd be your everything, and you'd be the only thing that I would ever need. If you were mine, I would tell everyone that you are the only one that I could ever want. Oh yeah, all the words I sing about, all the letters I'd write about, only thing I wanna hear about. So when I get closer to you, I know there's someone else, but he is only started thinking of himself. Doesn't make any sense for you to be lonely. If you were mine, I'd be your everything, and you'd be the only thing that I would ever need. If you were mine, I would tell everyone that you are the only one that I could ever want. Oh yeah, let me be the one you share your hopes and dreams with. You'll never be alone again, 'cause I will hold you endlessly. Please don't be afraid to let your broken heart guide you into these open arms. I long to surround you, baby. If you are mine, I'd be your everything, and you'd be the only thing. You'd be that I would ever need. If you are mine, I would tell everyone that you are the only one that I could ever want. If you are mine, I'd be your everything, and you'd be the only thing I need that I would ever need. If you are mine, I would tell everyone that you are the only one that I could ever want. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Baby, I just don't get it. Do you enjoy being hurt? I know you smell the perfume, the makeup on his shirt. You don't believe his stories. You know that there are lies. Bad as you are, you stick around, and I just don't know why. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I'd be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman deserve good fame. Fist full of diamonds, a head full of rain. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. A baby, good love and protection. Make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me love you, love you, love you, love you. Yeah. Listen, your true beauty's description looks so good that it hurts. You're a dime plus 99, and it's a shame. Don't even know what you're worth. Everywhere you go, they stop and stare, 'cause you're bad and it shows. From your head to your toes, out of control. Baby, you know. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I'll be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman deserves good things. Fist full of diamonds, a handful of rings. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Oh, baby, good love and protection. Oh, make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me. You deserve better. You know you deserve better. We should be together, baby. With me and you, it's whatever, girl. Hey, so can we make this thing ours? You should let me love you. that good love and protection. Make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. You said that I love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Ooh, baby. Protection, selection, baby. Oh, yeah. Let me love you. That's all you need, baby. Yeah. Gotta change my answering machine now that I'm alone. Cause right now it says that we can't come to the phone. And I know it makes no sense, cause you walked out the door. But it's the only way I hear your voice anymore. It's ridiculous. It's been months, and for some reason I just can't get over it. And I'm stronger than this, yeah. Enough is enough. No more walking around with my head down. I'm so over being blue, crying over you. And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here. Said I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. So why can't I turn off the radio? Gotta fix that calendar I have that's marked July 15th. Because since there's no more you, there's no more anniversary. I'm so fed up with my thoughts of you and your memory, and how every song reminds me of what used to be. That's the reason I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here. Said I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. So why can't I turn off the radio? Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oh, love song. Hey, don't make me think about her smile or having my first child. I'm letting go. Turning off the radio, cause I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of.
Naenda namna hii. Anafeel problem with myself. Hivi ndio naenda.
Wacha
That is how I'm
kunitetea
feeling.
sana.
I want to make hivi ndio nakuwa.